Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, here to talk about all things professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, backstage rumors, superstar news and injuries and updates and all that. So make sure you tune into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys survived your Monday. I know sometimes Monday could be a little eerie, could be a little discouraging back at work, you know what I mean? Or, maybe Mondays or Friday for some people. Like who knows, maybe you guys are going out tonight, of course, on a Tuesday, getting rowdy on a Tuesday, got the club going up on a Tuesday. Well, whatever you guys are doing, hope you guys are fantastic, healthy, safe. And you, of course, are absolutely beautiful. So, grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite drink, and join me for this next exciting hour, the best show in wrestling history. I'm just kidding. No, I don't want to be that modest. You know what I mean? But, thank you for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We have a great show for you today on tap. We have our WWE Monday Night Raw review. We also have NXT preview. We're going to talk about the Hurt Business possibly going to AEW. Maybe, something happens in terms of contract talks with Triple H, Bobby Lashley, and MVP. And we're also going to talk about two new women's titles are on the rise. They're coming, and they honestly need them. They need them sooner rather than later. So I think WWE should definitely get on that ASAP. And fifth and final segment, of course, every Tuesday I take you guys into my wrestling DeLorean, taking you guys back in the history books. Today, what happened on July 23rd throughout the year. So we're going to talk about that. Super exciting, some super cool historic stuff. Let me be your wrestling historian. But before we move on to that, I want to remind you guys to use the GSMC podcast.net. Hit up the tips and donations link so you guys can, just let me know how you feel about the show. Send a chat. We get a number of questions from viewers like you that come in during the show. So leave a positive remark here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. And remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show, and subscribe to the show as well, and also the GSMC Sports Network. You will not regret it. Sports podcast, absolutely free. We got baseball, basketball, football, you name it. So yeah, be a part of this GSMC Sports bloodline. Once again, it really does help the show, guys, and the link is at gsmcpodcast.net. So let's go ahead and dig on into some Monday Night Raw talk. Monday Night Raw was actually pretty darn good. I saw it got some pretty good ratings. So it started off, kind of how I thought it was going to be. You saw Gunther come out, mixed emotions from the fans. Like I said and I mentioned before, the fans do love Gunther. He puts on some great matches. He's a wrestler you can kind of get behind. Kind of reminds me of like a Randy Orton where he's not really projected to be hated or loved. You can't really put that baby face stamp on him or that heel for that matter. So, he was commenting on the remarks that he made about Damien Priest about being trash and his parents not caring about him. And honestly, Gunther did a really good job. He came out there. He needed to get the crowd on Damian Priest's side. So he came out and he said he had absolutely no regrets for what he had to say. Basically turned to the fans, gave them the middle finger and stuff like that. And to be honest, it was good. It was a good promo. He absolutely should have done that. Honestly, nothing less would have been accepted. Heading into SummerSlam, Gunther is a huge favorite. Damian Priest is, still on the rocks. He recently did have a pretty impressive clean win against Braun Strowman, but for WWE to, put their faith and put all their eggs in their basket with Damian Priest, he needs to be liked by the fans. And, it was mixed emotions for the longest time for Damian. I swear to God, every single time I watched, I was like, you know what? I think it's a good idea that WWE is making him a baby face. You know what I mean? And then sometimes where I was like, dude, this isn't going to happen, especially with, Seth Rollins kind of poking his head in the mix from time to time. So, now you have your full, heel, you have your full baby face. It's going to be Gunther taking on Damian Priest for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Probably will be the main, no, I think the main event's going to be Gunther and, no, it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. So, it was pretty good. It was a great promo overall. Damian Priest, he's just so damn close. He's just so damn close to kind of reach that precipice. Triple H obviously likes him. When he had that botch at Money in the Bank, he said, you know what? He's still our champion. I stick by him 1,010%. So he has the support of the locker room, WWE creatives, and pretty soon he will have the support of the fans, which is exactly what a babyface needs. And they're gonna keep the title on him. I've kind of accepted that. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's a great in-ring performer. He's decent on the mic. You can just tell like he likes to be liked. Like he's one of those people, kind of like Rhea Ripley. It's kind of crazy how they were stuck in the kind of the same scenario, the same exact scenario where when Rhea Ripley was projected as a heel, a lot of people didn't buy it, just like Damian Priest. I think he likes being liked, and some people belong in that babyface category and stuff like that. So I got a message from my man Anthony Mazzano, my main man. Hi, hope you all doing well, man. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Hope you're getting ready for a fantastic Wednesday. So, all right, moving on. So we have our number one contenders match. We had Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov. Overall, it was a really, really great competitive match. It was, after the spear in midair and after Ilya Dragunov dropped Braun Breaker on his, on his head and stuff like that, I kind of knew, once when they went into the outside, I was like, okay, something big's going to happen that's going to cause either a disqualification or something like, something bigger or something like that. So, that spear in the midair, you saw the back of Ilya Dragunov's head bounce off not the concrete. I forgot what they call it. Damn it! On the outside padding, like you know what I mean. So it was crazy. It was overall they had to stop the match. They gave the win to Braun Breaker. Overall, I feel like it was I feel like it was an overall. It was great. It was a great booking. It was a great match. Braun Breaker now has a second chance at Sami Zayn's Intercontinental Championship. So, the referee had to call it off. Now, Braun Breaker is your number one contender fighting Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. All right, next we have a promo. We have a promo backstage with the Judgment Day. Dominik Mysterio obviously heartbroken, and he brought up the social media post that you saw. I forgot who was the announcer, but she asked Rhea Ripley if Jey Uso actually did have her number, and she was like, yeet, like it was kind of crazy. It was, she said Dominic, don't really take it seriously. It was just for fun. Then Finn Balor, kind of instigates, them beating up Jey Uso and kind of beating him down and stuff like that, which they eventually do at the end of the episode. But I thought it was kind of crazy, Dominic Mysterio, and then once again Rhea Ripley brings up, really, Dom, you're gonna judge me from what I, jokingly said on social media while you were, kissing and mounting Liv Morgan on a week-to-week basis on Monday Night Raw. So, not really any craziness. I have a chat from my man right here, Anthony Mazzano. Are they turning Dominic and Rhea and Ripley slowly into baby faces in this rivalry or feud with Morgan? For me personally, in my opinion, I think that at SummerSlam, obviously you have the match for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. Dominic Mysterio is going to be in the corner. I honestly, I don't think that WWE is going to put the belt right back on Rhea Ripley just yet. I think it would be more beneficial but then that would absolutely be the end of the Judgment Day. I can see kind of like what you saw with Money in the Bank, where Becky Lynch she lost her championship to Liv Morgan because Dominic Mysterio kind of messed up. That's how I ultimately see what's happening with Rhea Ripley. I can see them kind of dragging it on a little bit to the point where it gets pushed to the fact where Dominic actually does decide to go over to Liv Morgan and stuff like that. But as soon as that happens, then you know that he's going to be out of the Judgment Day. But, like what you saw on Monday Night Raw, you saw in the beginning, you saw the show open up, you saw JD, Finn, and Dominic talking, and then behind was Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, and behind them was obviously Carlito, still trying to scratch and claw his way into the Judgment Day. But I that's a pretty good question. I don't think Dominic Mysterio will ever be the babyface after turning on his dad WrestleMania, with the nickname Dirty Dom being like, and on social media being like, oh yeah, I've served hard time, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just classic heel. The fans right now are, they love Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, kind of not in the past, but it's going to be a good match. It's going to be like I said, I'm not sure if I want to say goodbye to the Judgment Day just yet. And Dominik Mysterio ultimately takes Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley because that would mean the end of it. Rhea Ripley, she had her rematch clause and couldn't do anything with it. So, kind of crazy. Would be. I'm so excited to see what happens at SummerSlam. All right, next we have Lyra Valkyria taking on Sonya Deville once again. Deville, the numbers game does add up with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. She defeats the Rising Star and Lyra Valkyria. To build up Deville ever since she made her debut back into WWE. I get it. That's cool and all, but Lyra Valkyria, she started off so hot, and like now she's kind of simmering a little bit. Like I know like she couldn't really do anything because of the numbers game and stuff like that. But I think they were building up Lyra Valkyria from the very beginning. I want to see her, fight for the Women's World Championship because I think she would be a great champion on either brand. But I was kind of a little baffled, but at the same time, I understood why they gave the win to Sonya. Next, we have a Sister Abigail promo where you just saw, Abby the Witch. To be honest, I kind of disliked it. I didn't like it because they showed, Bo Dallas talking to Uncle Howdy, and then they showed Eric Rowan talking to Uncle Howdy. And I was expecting to see the transition from Nikki Cross to Abby the Witch. I wanted to see something like that. Like I wanted to see Uncle Howdy be like, "Hey, why'd you do like well, you're hurting and stuff like that. Like people take advantage of you because she started off as the lunatic fringe kind of version of Dean Amber. She was the Nikki Cross, Insane Asylum, Insane Asylum. I think she was Insanity. I think she came from. And then she made her persona change to Nikki Ash, and then she was gone for a little bit, kind of a jobber, and stuff. Competed in like dark shows and WWE live events. But then you saw her come back as Nikki Cross, so that's when you kind of knew something was going to happen right there. I don't know. I just thought there would have been more of a more of a narrative to speak of in terms of that. Maybe it's coming in the future. Maybe I could be a little bit anxious about this and stuff like that, but. Yeah. So next we have CM Punk is officially cleared. CM Punk is officially cleared to compete. Asked Drew McIntyre to come out. Drew McIntyre came out, obviously, with Adam Pearce. Says that McIntyre is also reinstated. He is no longer suspended, which is crazy. I don't, that's, I don't know. Like Adam Pearce is like that parent that makes empty threats and you just take advantage of it. That's how I feel. They talk to him, they have the match at SummerSlam, but Adam Pearce said the match is off. If they fight, they will be indefinitely suspended for real this time. When he said that, I kind of laughed a little bit because he's been saying that constantly to Drew McIntyre and nothing's really came in fruition. There has not really been any consequences for Drew McIntyre's rage. And he was reinstated, didn't really show it on screen and stuff like that. Just trying to build up the match. Then Seth Rollins comes out, makes a huge announcement that since all the referees are afraid of refereeing Drew McIntyre's matches, he's gonna put on the striped shirt. He's gonna be he's gonna be the mediator in the match. He's gonna be our special guest referee at SummerSlam, and kind of crazy. And it was funny because he was like, "Oh, I have to be in the ring with you two morons because you scared the ref." Like it's classic Seth Rollins, a classic Seth Rollins promo. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely got to speed it up a little bit. Liv Morgan throughout the episode was trying to get at Dom. Xavier Woods took on the Final Testament with Alpha Academy, came up short. Sami Zayn addresses, Braun Breaker saying not, make sure you take him as seriously as Sami Zayn's going to, take Braun Breaker. And then he went to Jey Uso's aid. The Judgment Day was trying to teach Jey Uso a lesson. Chad Gable came out right after, they won. I want to keep calling it the Dark Ascension. I don't know why. The Final Testament, and then the Final Testament dipped, and then Chad Gable was, antagonizing the Alpha Academy once again, saying you have to join your coach. The Wyatt Six coming after all of us, so we better band together. Once again, Otis says no. Then he was beat down by the Creed brothers, and then the Wyatt Six out of nowhere comes out. It was dark, smoke filled the air, and then Uncle Howdy comes out the first time he's came out in like character since before Bray Wyatt passed away. Um, Hit the Sister Abigail on Chad Gable, and it was crazy. It looked like it really hurt. First time you've ever seen the Sister Abigail, ever since Bray Wyatt, of course, rest in peace. Bronson Reed, Pete Dunne, the match never started. Sheamus came out to attack both. You can probably see a triple threat match in that future. Rhea Ripley wanted Liv Morgan to come get Dominik Mysterio. You know, and Liv was like, I want you to say those little words, I love you. And then he said, I hate you. Made Liv Morgan cry, which was, I thought it was kind of funny. Like, so, then Rhea Ripley licked Dominik Mysterio's face. And after that, I was like, dang, all right, I see how it is. Like, it's Rhea Ripley. She's got the goth girl, and then you got the preppy cheerleading kind of looking girl. So, good for Dominik Mysterio, bro. Good for him, man. So Zelina Vega defeats Zoe Stark, and then last you see Jay Uso and the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defeat Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Love the entrance through the crowd. Loved how they're bringing that back. So Attitude Era-esque. I love how WWE under the Paul Levesque era continues to have more integration and more engagement with the WWE universe. So definitely thought that was super cool. All right, guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into our second segment. We're going to talk about NXT tonight. It's airing right now. It's already aired on the East Coast, but I have not checked a single shred of social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So, I'm going in as blind as a bat, ready for this awesome show. So, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about it.